One of the things I think it's important for listeners to understand is what human trafficking is not. So we're here to talk about human trafficking, but what are we not going to talk about? So the first thing is human trafficking and the border. Everybody says, and for political reasons, people like to tie human trafficking to border issues. They're two completely different things. Border issues are focused primarily on human smuggling. We need to do something about that because those people come to the United States and then are a vulnerable population. And all vulnerable populations are at risk of trafficking, but one is not the other. We're not talking about Chinese kids coming over on shipping containers. We're not talking about some wealthy white girl getting abducted a la the Taken movies. Those are the things we are not talking about. What we're talking about is an American problem. So dollar for dollar, the human trafficking market in the United States of America is the largest in the world. After that, it's the other predominantly Western European countries. We always think of human trafficking as an over there problem. It is very much an over here problem. And that's the epiphany that I had when I was working at the CIA. And I realized that we can do amazing things as a government. We can pretty much do whatever we decide we want to do. We have a Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Yet alcohol, tobacco, and firearms are all legal. Yet we spend billions of dollars a year fighting what is the illicit sale of legal commodities. We have a drug enforcement agency to fight the war on drugs. How's that going? 90% of drugs are legal, and yet we have an entire bureaucracy where we spend tens of billions of dollars fighting what is the illicit sale of legal commodities. And all of that work is important, but it's not near as important as the 13th Amendment, which makes all slavery of all kinds. When we talk about human trafficking, we're talking about slavery, right? That's the nice word that we put on it, but we're talking about slavery. And when we talk about commercial sex trafficking, what we're predominantly talking about is the industrialized rape of children. That's what we're talking about. And so why is it that we as a country spend billions, tens of billions of dollars on fighting the illicit sale of legal commodities, and yet 100% of human slavery is illegal? And who's got the ball on that issue?